Hello, my Geminis. This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to bring you your January 2020 general love reading. This will be for Geminians by Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and/or Jupiter. Stay tuned to see if any of the messages resonate with you. Y'all, I am just getting over, I don't even know what you would call it, like a little throat mamma jamma. A lot of soreness, a lot of dryness, a little congestion, but not too much. I don't know what's been going on, but I feel like many people have been having throat chakra issues lately. So resonate with y'all on that. We're all working on really healing ourselves, and also within that contemplating, the energy of the words that we carry out and the lack of what we should be saying, and just all the things that extend to our communication. I will say we have your crowning card, guys. By the way, cross watchers who welcome to this video. However, I will be reading from the perspective of the Gemini, so you can take this on the inverse if it applies to you this way. A better Gemini you're dealing with, but yeah. But guys, what we have crowning here, 5th house, creativity. This is the house of Leo, which is chill. But what I'm really sensing here is like, because this card also talks about creativity, free expression, and I think that many of the Geminis that this will resonate with, me being a Gemini moon myself, it's like you're getting to a point where you're realizing you have to, or you already are, expressing your truth and doing it in such a way that it's not harsh or abrasive or coming from a place of hurt or pain. Because you know how they say, it is true, hurt people hurt people. You know, you're not being so open with your expression and your words and what you say in a way that's going to tear somebody down. I think if anything, you are just only worrying about building yourself up. I noticed the 2 masks here, and where there may have been a divide before, there seems to be a unification in your 2 sides. Maybe you've done a lot of shadow work to get to where you are, but this is showing me that you have both of your twins kind of meshed into one positive, unified existence. Not the hurt twin showing his ass or his face just as much as the one that's healed, Like, one of the greatest examples that's coming to mind right now is like, if you're really doing good by yourself after you break up with someone, no matter who broke up with who, you're doing good now. And on that lower vibrational ego stuff, if that person was ever to try to come back, that rush you'd get in the satisfaction of being able to say, no, I'm good, And it's like, we're not operating in that purity when we respond that way. Is the Gemini really good? Is the person really good when they say that? Of course. But also the energy where they feel like from there, that this is an opportunity to shit on this person or to put it in their face. Regardless of what they did to you in the past, we're not here to point fingers. We're talking about not operating in that energy. And if those of you who are taking it as me absolving that person, or pointing, not agreeing with you, pointing fingers, then clearly y'all are still in that lower vibrational way of being, where this is probably what you want to think about. How you can open yourself up more to the joy and the fun in life, opposed to the hurt that you may give others. Because of hurt, you're still dealing with yourself, So you really have those twins mesh. And with the card of creativity being here, it's showing that you will have to think outside of convention, outside of the box, to really figure out exactly how you can do that. For some of you, it'll be super easy. For others of you, not so much. But for those of you that it's not so easy for, you're really gonna have to do things different, think outside the box, because the energy that you're supposed to be operating out of is is one just of joy, you know? Oh, yeah, just got it on my wall right here. You know? That is where you want to operate. So this is going to be a lot of forgiving as well for a lot of you Geminis who have been done wrong. And those people may come back and you might get that opportunity to have a thumb, you know, have them under your thumb now. But like, should it be about that? Ask yourself that. Do you have to get energetically even with these people who may have hurt you in the past? Think about your level of ascension. Now, if you feel as though you and them are on two different levels, okay? They're not quite at your level, which is okay. They have their own divine timing. But if you feel that way, then never should you respond on their energetic level to get even, to show them, to settle the score. Because the idea is you're not keeping score any longer. Okay? Now, this card also talks about a beautiful love that comes in, sort of rushes in. And it could be one that's been waiting for you to fully let go. And if they're not here and aware of it, then the universe was waiting. But there are bodies that were just like, okay, well, whenever Gemini wants to get their shit together, I'm gonna let them know how I feel. But the universe is saying, whenever Gemini decides to get their shit together, I'll send this energy in, you know? All up to you. All up to you. You could be thinking a lot about family now as well. This could be wanting to have a family or just spending a lot of time with your family. That could be energy that's grounding you and bringing you back to where you need to be, to make sound decisions, to carry on happily. I feel like being around, and even if it's, you know, the friends that have become like soul tribe family, like that's still family. Whoever you've been around, whoever. It's been giving you a lot of happiness, a lot of peace, and I think it's been really good for you. There are a lot of people you maybe haven't seen in a while. You don't get to see often. That especially since it's been, you know, it's just after the holiday season, but during this period, you know, you've been able to really catch up with a lot of close ones, and that's really good for you. And they may be giving you a lot of inspirational advice. They might drop some jewels on you and you might not know it. You might not even realize it. Pay attention to what your friends and family are saying to you in this time, in those little moments of just having fun and being joyous and laughing and just talking. You know how sometimes you'll be in the middle of that, like full-fledged conversation with a friend or your mom or a cousin or whatever, y'all are just on the couch drinking wine, talking, and then they just say something like, oh, upbeat, happy conversation, and then they just say something that's like, and it just, you know, affirms something that you were thinking about, or just struck a chord in you to lead you to like take a course of action, and they don't even realize it, and they stop and they look and they're like, what? Like a record just scratched. They're just like, oh, did I say something wrong? And you're like, actually, and then, you know, it just leads into another beautiful conversation, but a deep one where you realize you received a sign and a symbol. Like, so pay attention to that. For those of you who want to get into some love, like I said, I feel like there's something to brewing. It'd be only right if I did pull cards on this to give a little insight. While I am choosing which deck from one of these higher shelves here, I would love for you to drop a like. And if you're new to HK Readings, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. What are we gonna read? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments of resonance as well. I would love to hear. Oh, should I go to the OG Sibylla deck, numero uno? Yeah. Been so long since I've read this deck. my Gypsy Sibylla, which was also my first deck from those of you who've been with me from the beginning. Oh man. That makes me excited. Oh, messages for Gemini in love. That wanted to pop out. Okay, so we got 1. I don't know, we can do like 4. Any more poppers for Gemini? What's going on for Gemini in love? No poppers. Oh, wait, as I say that. Okay. Ooh, interesting. 2 more, please. Okay. Well, we got 5 total, so let's make some room. Bottom of the deck here, though, we've got love. It should be on this side. I think we're good on that. I do feel like somebody misses you. Hold on. Okay. So this is going to be for a certain group of Geminis, okay? I guess I'll just show you what we have here. We got the card of faithfulness, the pleasure seekers reversed. We got the servant card, or let's just move this way, the way it goes. The love card, the lover card, and the servant Virgo energy. And it's usually just the worker card for those who you aren't familiar. Someone who puts a lot of heart and effort, and you know, it's someone who's willing to stay the course. It's someone who's very just like, you know, practical and able to hone in and just do what it takes. It can mean different things in different connotations, but this is generally what it means. So those of you who don't think, oh, servant is the Virgo card. No, I don't. Like if you got Virgo on your chart, it's chill. However, so I get one storyline that someone who is over, and y'all know me, I'm not ever really big on just jumping into readings of third parties, but when I do, it's because it's there. So I see it here. You've got someone who has definitely like lost control since, you know, you moved away from their life. Like they're losing control within their minds. They're not really knowing how to function, usually through sadness, anger, drinking, and even having like a self-identity crisis. They don't really know how to move forward, but the energy is that they're done with the bullshit that they've put you through. Not being very committed and keeping everything like, you know, just on a level of like camaraderie, but not really giving you what you needed. Whereas, you know, the servant card here was indicative of your energy and what you put in. This is now, it's coming up as this version, like this person's version of the same, trying to implement a way to get back into your life and profess their love for you and say that they've changed and they're no longer going to put you in a third-party situation to compromise you or let other people influence your relationships, or you know, they don't want to keep you sidelined. I feel like this is people who had multiple people equally. Sort of a hoe. Whether it was physical or just an emotional hoe. Either way, it wasn't okay. But yeah, like they have honestly, I will say this, Gemini, developed a strong love for you after they lost you. And we know that's what it takes, but also it has to be realized for the person who lost the individual. It's like, now you have to deal with the fact that probably not going to want you anymore. Let's see how this creativity card ties into this. There's 2 ways it can go. I'm sure y'all know. Be free and open with your heart and engage back within this, or this could be about you understanding You got a lot more wiggle in this world to even be concerned with this person's offer, real or not. Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely saying that you should be moving on. Though this person is going to be pretty hell-bent on getting you back, watching and waiting, wondering if the seeds that they are attempting to plant will be recognized, you know. Will anything that they do be acknowledged? I feel like you've cut them off. This is somebody who definitely brought you grief and will let so many people have access to their heart. Like I said, this could have been very much been like an emotional hell, if not a physical hell. You know, it's like their door was always open. This reading is real as fuck, but it is what it is. I feel like, Gemini, you never knew who they truly were. Now they want to show you who they are, but they wish they could just make you not be so stubborn. But see, that's how they're taking it. Like, you moving on and freeing up yourself, and what I'm sensing is attracting new love. Okay, so this is, now I'm seeing, like, why is this energy so heavy over here? But they sense the new love that you have coming in. And this is beyond the love for self, like another individual here that kind of mirrors you and is alike to you in every kind of way, you know? Something that'll really work. Two peas in a pod, two weirdos, two freaks, if you know what I mean. I mean, you know, it just takes that perfect amount of like weird in a person to meet that other person who's that same amount. And then of course it just clicks, right? But they just can't get over you. Yeah, they're coming up very heavy in this reading, and it's because I feel like they're still gonna try to see what else they have up their sleeve. So like, be prepared if you're blocking them from forms of communication, for them to show up to places that you go, show up to your job. It's just what I see. And I mean, we can clarify a little bit with some golden tarot, although I have a feeling this might bring us into the newer energy that's coming in for you. We'll see. It all depends on what the universe needs you to know. Okay. Really? Okay. This is cute. All right. So, got Ten of Cups, the Hanged Man, and I always ask if I pronounced the deity's name right, and I haven't gotten a comment yet, so if any of you know differently, let me know. But this is the card of taking a leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. All right, well, yeah, we got the Ten of Cups. The full commitment that you seek. Love, happiness, wanting to create a life together. Being 100% with another person that is 100%, and having a cup overfloweth of love, of water, which is symbolic of that in these cards generally, to represent that 200% scale ascension here. No longer operating on 100. The cup overfloweth is put back into the body of water it was in, and what do we see? That same water come back up to be recycled. So the never-ending flow, natural flow with another. Your suspense here, the Hanged Man. You don't know if you're ready for it, because you feel like you still, you know, maybe have more work to do within yourself. You know, like, you understand what this, how transformative this growth process is for you. And the sign of Gemini generally embraces it as master of transformation. Scorpios as well, but it's different. Geminis will just flip and be reinvented, like, in a heart, like just do a turn real quick, and then it's like a different, what? It's like, who is that? And it's like, this is me, you know, I am new. But yeah, you don't know if like you'd rather just kind of keep to the solo dolo right now, or if you want to open yourself up to this new person, this new individual. If you fully understand that you haven't healed from the last person or whoever it was that broke your heart, because you could have had a few relationships in between that, like maybe one or two or whatever, that ended up the same because you never got, over that person, whatever it is for you, if it resonates. But if you understand you're not completely over that, yeah, do you and work on it. But there's gonna be something so nurturing that comes in, and there's only like this small window for it. So I would take that opportunity if I were you. Take it slow if you need to, but take motion. Because I get the idea that this person that's coming in, that's better for you, not this ex-past bullshit, but this new individual, they have days where they don't even know how you feel about them. One day you love them, the next day they don't know. And I feel like they're also having to leave something behind too, to be with you. If we apply this 10 of Cups, the Hangman, and Ein, because Spirit is telling me to acknowledge that, like, they could be leaving a family behind. They could be leaving someone behind that they had a strong commitment with. And for every reason it had to end, if something happened that coincided with them meeting you, like if something happened for it to end while it coincided meeting with you, or you're the sole reason why they decided to leave this person, however it falls, I feel like they'll move and you move, and you two mirror each other so highly because their suspense and like following through, I guess, on this, their version of, or their duties within the mutual leap of faith to come together. It's like they're unsure of how you feel half the time, so they don't know if they want to spend the time. I feel like they're still experiencing an ending, so it's not like they'd flip-flop and go back with this person, but there are other people out here. And if two people are looking for this type of love here, they will find it. But it's up to you to decide. If you want it with this person, you should definitely take action, Gemini. Love you.